I'm visible again. I apologize, you guys. I first of all forgot to add the music, and second of all, my video is not working again. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, that's still not working. Hang on. Oh, no. Okay. Just a second. Give me just a second. Video settings. It might be because some of my programs are not working. I literally just booted this computer up like 5 minutes ago. I've been out and about. Okay, so there's an video broadcast. For the past few hours. Literally, I went from there it's working now. I went from working on my story. I was editing my story, and then afterwards I had to run a few errands. Just got home like a little while ago, where I cooked lunch and dinner. I'm actually in the process of making dinner. But I was doing that, and then I just finished eating, and now I'm here. Which reminds me, I forgot my hydration. I Oh wow. Oh, that was not good. I will be right back. In the meantime, I'm going to boot up Snowbreak, because that's what we're going to be doing today. Since I finished the Genshin Impact update, I want to get started on finally being able to play Chapter 1 of Snowbreak. So while this is booting up, I will be right back. You guys hang out a bit, please. I promise I'll be back. So the cat is probably gonna vanish. Hey, I like that you're going after my drink immediately. What is this? So he's probably gonna vanish at some point in the future. But I thought I'd bring my cat in here instead of having him stay out in the living room. Anyways, it is Monday, and I hope you all had a great weekend.
I think this should be the place. Oh, Adjutant, you're really here!
Oh, Adjutant, yes, I am here. So good of you to notice. But yes, I hope you all had a great weekend. And did a lot of fun things. And what do I got here? Claim all. Do I send these? Events. I could do this. Nope, we're gonna go volume 1. We're chapter 1 first. We're gonna do this. This is what I really want to do. So we're going to Legacy. And we're going to Chapter 1. So I've not been able to play Chapter 1 until just recently when I finished the Chapter 15 Velocia story. So now I am able to actually play from the very beginning. So I'm pretty excited because now I actually get to see where it all began, sort of. Oh, damn! Where's the voice? You have no memory of the past 3 years whatsoever? The second symptom you mentioned. You often recall strange, fragmentary memories. She's not talking. Is this how it was? Does she not talk? There goes my cat. He's like, okay, Dad. I did your thing. I showed up. Now I'm leaving. He's gone. That's cat behavior for you. I watched Caroline's fingers tap on the operating table as icy blue perfluorocarbon fluid sprayed out of a pipe, gradually filling up the entire medical pod. Don't worry, it's just a routine full-body scan. Aren't you afraid there might be something growing in your stomach after sleeping in a rogue space station for 3 years? Was that a reference to Aliens? It feels like it was. Aliens or Predator? I can't remember. One of those two. Something grows out of a person's stomach. It was very brutal. Alright, you can lie down. The liquid didn't feel as cold as I imagined it would. I slowly leaned backwards, feeling the liquid crawl over my palms and shoulders before it finally swallowed the tip of my nose. Upon closing my eyes, I felt the strong sensation of drowning. However, I immediately regained the ability to use my lungs, exchanging air for liquid. Can you hear me? You can open your eyes now. I could hear Caroline's voice being transmitted into my ears by 2 thin wires. Then, I opened my eyes. The next thing I heard was, "From birth to death, Yggdrasil is here to happily serve you." From birth to death, Yggdrasil is here to happily serve you. Any discomfort? If everything's fine, blink twice. Alright, the scan has begun. Don't move. Hang in there. Should we chat in the meantime? Oh, I forgot you can't talk. We're going to roll my eyes. Haha. The last image I saw in the command room was your spaceship successfully connecting with the Mistletoe station. Immediately after, all low-orbit electromagnetic signals were blocked and experienced interference. So, I'm a little curious that we're not getting any language. Like, did they... Tin Can's not here. And neither is Alice Valentine. So we can't know whether or not they had voices in the beginning, but I would have loved to ask them. We did everything we could to rescue you and your team, but we failed. Any spacecraft that enters the Mistletoe station's orbit malfunctions and subsequently crashes. The board of directors was ultimately forced to abandon its plan to reclaim Mistletoe Station. In no time, Kaijin began to spread from the epicenter of the descent to outside the containment wall. Our guys from the engineering department had to build a new containment wall overnight. Abnormal cerebral nerve center detected. I heard Caroline stand up from her chair in a hurry, knocking over what seemed to be an electric kettle. Abnormal? No way. Could there really be something wrong? Is there something wrong with me, Doc? What's wrong with me? Is this when they discover he can absorb trees? Here are the test results. Take a look. So there's a glowing thing in my head. Yeah, I don't understand. Could you explain this? There is an additional independent neural network layered on top of your original cerebral nerves. They are called theotropic nerves. This wasn't one of the possibilities we were worried about. As for how these theotropic nerves will affect you, I'll give you a classic choice. Do you want the good news or the bad news first? I always go with bad news first so the good news can cheer me up. You just mentioned how often you were called fragmented memories? I believe we discovered the cause. Typically, theotropic nerves host a deos. We were unable to locate any characteristics of a deos within your theotropic nerves. However, there are two ganglia on the front end. These ganglia exhibit empathetic tendencies with certain nearby information and are extremely active. Since we couldn't find any other abnormalities, we have to assume the ganglia are transmitting these fragmented memories to you. Alright, that doesn't sound too bad. So let's hear the good news. Theotropic nerves won't jeopardize your health. They actually greatly enhance your physical fitness and overall strength. So basically, she's saying, I'm strong. I'm Moogie strong. They will also provide the hosts with various special combat abilities. These are determined by the deos that resides within your nerves, but since I don't have one of those deos, well, this means I'm special, I think. But your situation is unique. Actually, that's part of the bad news, okay? You're like antenna, constantly receiving signals in your brain. I can't be sure how it might affect you. Maybe you'll experience a severe deviation in self-perception. Who knows? Caroline let out a deep sigh, like a worried parent unsure if their child could get into college. Or perhaps it was even worse than that. I could fully sense her sincerity. Either way, don't forget who you are. That's all you can do until we find a better solution. So, it's alright, I made it back from the space station, that's all that matters. Or, can I eat without the red or blue pills? That's what I'm interested in. You should drink more hot water. I hope you can keep that mindset. Yeah. If the boss asks you about theotropic nerves, just pretend like you don't know anything. Speak of the boss. Boss? Ooh. Not exactly. So I can definitely tell that the art has changed a lot from the first chapter. Like this looks nothing like it was chapters 14 and on. Caroline's words suddenly caught in her throat. I recognized the silver-haired visitor immediately. It was Tao, one of the Yggdrasil directors. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that she held the fate of mankind in her hands. How much time do I have? Asked Tao. The next meeting begins in 14 minutes. Which company employee said that? There's a lot of them. Tao nodded coldly. Caroline, I would like to speak with him in private. Boss, just now, I saw Tao's icy gaze aim at Caroline before she immediately turned and escaped from the room like a scared rabbit. I almost feel bad for Caroline. And it is very different. Well, I'll keep this brief. It would possibly require that Tao come here before her meeting. Given your exceptional contributions during your time as director of the security department, as well as your selfless sacrifice during the mission to recover the Mistletoe Station. On behalf of the entire board, I would like to express my highest respect for you. Adjutant, welcome back. Tao delivered her welcome speech in a frosty tone, without any fluctuations in her voice, as if she was simply stating a universal truth. Calapian, hello! How are you? How was your weekend? However, the content surprised me. Of course, this acknowledgement doesn't stop at words. As there are no fitting positions for you in the security department, would you consider taking on a management role in the frontline department? I'm just gonna say this sounds almost like a demotion because I'm being sent to the front lines where it's the most dangerous. You have ample experience and skill, and the company still needs you. On the Heimdall Force as the adjutant. Oh, so this is when I become the adjutant. Adjutant. It sounds like I'd be working on the ground. As adjutant, you would direct the Heimdall Force, be responsible for our fight against Titan enemies, and enjoy a higher administrative rank and access than you did in your original role. I don't know exactly how much the compensation would be, but it is likely a number no one could refuse. What is your answer? She doesn't look pleased with that. Tao looked away from me and raised her watch, which displayed the time as a holographic projection. I couldn't understand why Tao came to personally discuss my transfer. Nice! Did you do anything special? Or was it just like a chill weekend? This is chapter 1. I'm finally getting to play from the very beginning. Yes. This is the beginning, the very first chapter. I'm not even the adjutant yet. But looking back on all the effort and sacrifices I gave to the company, I realized I put myself in danger countless times to get where I was that day. There was no reason to hesitate. I had to seize the opportunity. We don't have much time. I accept. But I have one request. I lightly tapped on my forehead with my knuckles. I want to remove these theotropic nerves. Tao didn't respond immediately, fixing her gaze on me instead. That is reasonable. But the operation can't be performed right away. It will take time to form the necessary medical plan. I don't know why he wants to remove the nerves. This won't affect your post. Why does he want to remove the nerves? I don't know, that seems a little weird. I wouldn't want to remove the nerves if I was in his position. But let's see. Oh my god, we're starting off playing right from the beginning. Damn. Okay, so we got Benny Coronet, Cirrus Freethin, and we're gonna do Yao. Because these are my only 5-star characters. In the original prologue, we, the adjutant, woke up in a space station, enter our name, and put the suit on the suit, and then use the escape pod. Interesting. Okay. So the prologue that they start me off with isn't even the original prologue. Damn. That's a little fucked up. Alright. I kind of want to see the original prologue now. Maybe at one point I'll go on YouTube and look it up or something. Well, there is...
Let's ride the wind and carve a path.
That was Wednesday. Life, if I'm not mistaken. What is this? View. Open up the ground. Eternal glory to them, the creator of a new world. In memory of the person who made... I couldn't read that all the way.
What's the plan? Point me where?
Who is this?
How the hell'd they find us so fast? Let's split up.
Take
Lose them
cover.
that way.
On it.
Whoop.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Well, you know, I feel like she's a little overpowered. Nothing over there. You know, it kind of does, honestly. Like, when you really think about it. because the prologue is literally just, like, harem shenanigans. Like, the new one. So anybody who doesn't like harem content is immediately filtered out of the game.
All charged up.
Which I actually approve of, honestly. Like, I think I do. I feel like... Characters levels 1. Okay, so that explains why I'm literally just
Your first pick?
demolishing everybody.
I'll let it slide this time. Take a bow. Exit stage right.
Yeah. What? That's just insane. Ooh.
Think you can get me? Not a chance.
I do wonder... Oh, that's it. What enemies I'm fighting here?
What am I pushing myself like this for?
So, before I actually do this... there was a... Oh, nope, there's not. Oh. I remember someone, I think it might have been you. You said there was like a prologue here, but I guess they don't do a prologue for the first chapter. Motherfucker, what's going on here? High places. So I can literally only be this Fenny.
Eyes on me, everyone.
Okay. Is this a bad guy? This is a bad guy. Or maybe not. Try using the standard skill. Show them what you've got. Yeah. Okay, so no prelude in this chapter.
Those coyotes really do love a good ambush. If they had even basic organizational skills, they might actually be dangerous. We have extras on the name they picked for themselves, yapping away at our ankles. I should actually be careful. Mysterious Mr. Coyote Alpha, whoever you aren't actually doing a bad job leading this rabble of yours.
This was... Oh, so it's just a tutorial. Okay. And now we don't even need to do it because she's just automatically unlocked. Pick up way. Well, keep your eyes open because here comes my ultimate skill.
I'm ready for my close-up.
That's actually not a bad ultimate skill as far as damage potential goes. So what is this? This is one of those things. Worn down electronic equipment. The user has been identified as Wolf Howl.
Money.
So this is that thing that you can grab in this level that you don't have in other levels, right? That future levels eventually get rid of is like the data information.
Anyone who doesn't feel like getting mashed into a bloody pulp, out of my way! For crying out loud!
Moron. Who just steps in an electrical field like that?
The show must go on. I'm ready for my close-up.
Absolutely demolished.
Trying to steal my spotlight? Already reloading. Don't you dare look away! Objective complete.
There.
Big surprise. As if I need money.
Don't just play games. Come over here. Okay, we're done.
What? Show's over already?
It's a little sad that they stopped doing that. I feel like that would be an interesting way to add extra lore. I'm hoping I can eventually... Can you access those journals, like, through inventory or something? That's what I'm hoping for. Containment Zone Aleph. Mission codename Londinieres. Nice. Okay. Gunstinger or Gunslinger? I thought Dante's ability, or at least one of his abilities, was the Gunslinger. Devil May Cry 5. Replaying the combat video, I watched the two girls consistently showcase their tactical moves, heroically raising their firearms to break through the coyotes surrounding them. Okay, so I can at least view the journals. That's good to know. I'm gonna turn that volume down a little bit for me. Even though I was already aware of the Heimdall force, I couldn't help feeling astonished. The celebrities who once appeared on the Valkyrie Games stage had transformed into well-trained fighters, acting as the main force in the fight against the Titans. Hey, what are you watching? And there's Fenny. Did I put you in a trance? Oh wow, she's just as flirty now as she always was. Oh right, the Gunstinger maneuver. It's been so long since I've played. I remember I started off with the very first one on the PlayStation 2, where you have to go to this island to defeat Mundas. You find out that Triss was like a creation of Mundas's to look like Dante's mom in order to trust her more. Very good story. I actually really liked it. My favorites are Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 5, and Devil May Cry 2 is absolute shit though. We don't talk about Devil May Cry 2, and we don't talk about the DMC, the edgelord with the Dante who's got black hair. That was awful. Adjutant, what's next? I redirected my attention back to back to preparing for the mission. Before the mission officially starts, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask. As the adjutant, the first thing I had to do was analyze. I had knowledge of Wednesday and Fenny as celebrities, but I would have to reevaluate my assumptions to treat them as my squad mates and subordinates. Let's start with Fenny. Huh? Me first? Life doesn't seem too pleased, but we're starting with Fenny. Why do I fight? Well, I strive to excel in every way. Morality, intelligence, physique, beauty. While I train for just that, I just happen to defeat Titans and get showered with flowers and applause from my adoring fans. Wow. This is a little she's a little different from the Fenny in chapters 14 and 15. She's a bit of a diva. Any more questions? Why did you join the Heimdall Force? Yeah, I can see that. Well, so I remember Devil May Cry 1 had a lot more puzzles. It was more puzzle oriented, I feel, than the other ones, which sort of reminded me of like the Resident Evil games, like the original Resident Evil games where you had like the awkward camera angles. After that, like 2 is super action oriented, then 3 is sort of like even farther than that, and then of course you've got 4 and 5, which just continuously maintains like the more action oriented gameplay. Still don't like 2, and I'm not a huge fan of 4. Like, I don't hate Nero, but I don't particularly like him either, if that makes sense. If you weren't the one asking, I wouldn't bother with an answer. Benny glanced at Wednesday before she spoke. To prove I'm the best at everything, no matter what. Taking into account her behavior in the battle just now, I wrote in the file. Lacks deep introspection concerning her goals, has an innate passion for experiencing victory and being admired. After hesitating for a moment, I continued. Lacking firm determination to fight, sees life as her competition. I don't have a very good impression of her. Are you writing bad things about me in there? No, of course not. Really? Wait, no. Devil May Cry was gonna be Resident Evil. No. Wild. There's no way. She also has a sharp intuition. Nope. You did really well in the fight just now. The doubt on Fenny's face vanished immediately, her eyes scrunching up in a smile. I'm already a big fan of yours. I see. Well then, Mr. Fan, could I pay back the favor I owe you with an autograph or some merch? At the end of the file, I added, is overtly concerned with others' opinions of her. Also, easily distracted by compliments. I kind of like the adjutant's sharp wit here and blunt personality. Adjutant, what do you want to ask me? The question I had for Wednesday was different than the one I had asked Fenny. I didn't doubt for a second her willingness and determination to fight because... October 4th, 2057. Day of the First Descent. The massive titan, known as Ymir, appeared during the 8th Valkyrie Games finals, causing mass casualties and catastrophic damage before disappearing. Under my command, the security department was able to rescue most of the Valkyrie Games participants. However, many were left untreated after the disaster occurred due to the limited personnel and medical resources. Those rescued included both Leif Bestla and Fenny Golden. We found Leif lying amidst the rubble. Her right eye was bloody, and she had lost consciousness. Her clothes and the ribbon on her medal were soaked in blood, stuck to her injuries like glue. Each time the dangling medal swayed, her wound would open again. To move Leif onto the shuttle, I had no choice but to cut the medal from her chest myself. After spending a night in the medical pod, Leif ignored the medical personnel who tried to stop her, dragging her injured body out of the hospital. In the end, I discovered her at the decimated finals venue. How can I join you guys? What do I need to do? That Titan. It's called Emir, right? When it descended, my dad and my mom were sitting here. I saw it with my own eyes. So her dad and mom got squashed. Titans are really horrible creatures. Yes, they are. This was like the first Titan to appear, right? How do they even know a lot about this? But never. I'm asking stupid questions. You had to choose between extracting revenge on Namir or completing the mission. Which would you choose? Wednesday fell silent. It's a tough question. I don't know. Has a strong desire for vengeance, easily loses control under specific circumstances. I ultimately only wrote this one sentence in Wednesday's file. The Heimdall Force isn't some amazing, well-disciplined group constantly on their best behavior. Actually, Logistic calls them the Troublemaker Team. So, we're a bunch of misfits. Troublemaker Team. I can see it. They're they're basically just a pair of misfits. I didn't think so. Okay. We are at level 42. We're kind of plowing through these. I feel like the story, the visual novel-esque story content in this, the first chapter is a lot less
Let's ride the wind and carve a path.
than the later chapters. I mean, these coyotes, most of these guys were scavengers before. They got their hands on firearms and equipment, and now they're on all kinds of troublesome activities. As for the scavengers, they are just normal people who got stuck in the containment zone and have to find a way of living. I kind of dislike how quickly the dialogue goes, because I can't actually read it unless I'm stupid fast.
The jetboard writ I'm saving this for a vacation with the adjutant.
Currently unable to switch. Okay.
What's the plan? Point me where? You guide Ogla for one more hit.
Road's blocked. We'll have to jump down.
You think they would at least try not to have it look like a trap? The trick. Dearie me. I wonder what little surprises they've left for us.
Who
Am I
knows?
getting better at this?
Dropping down.
You guide Oglide.
Okay, we're going this way.
One more hit.
Yeah, she basically demolishes all of these. Strong enemy incoming, which
I'm
Honestly
this will
speaking,
make
I
a
doubt
mission with the
anything they
adjutant.
bring could be strong enough to beat Benny.
Here I go.
And there we go. They're gone. That was easy.
What am I pushing myself like this for?
There's none left. Alright, next stage. So you can kind of tell
Let's fight the wind and carve a path.
just from the start that I feel like they tried to make this a lot more serious initially than it became. It's not awful, but it's definitely... Oop. Boom. And we're not going to do that. We're just going to do this.
One more hit. I wasn't your first hit? I'll let it slide.
We're going to use Fenny, though, this time. Since she's technically
Big
supposed to be a
surprise.
part of this mission, even if it's a different Fenny.
Over there, little Miss Superstar. Old billboard of yours.
What's that doing here?
Proclaiming your charms to all and sundry. How could
Wanna hear
anyone
this.
not be transfixed by her distinguished manner, her flowing
Ooh.
locks, champion battle idol's poise and grace?
Focus, please.
Tip: some enemies are equipped with reinforced armor. Attacking and destroying the reinforced armor will expose their weak spots. Extra damage can be dealt when attacking enemy weak spots. Honestly, though, it probably doesn't matter too much. At least as far as this goes, just because... Oh, maybe it does. Benny's still stupidly overpowered, though. Headshot.
The show must go on.
Small energy drink.
Objective complete. Big surprise. We have extras on set.
Okay. Oh, and they're coming over from this way.
Already reloading. Has keep finding money.
Is that it? Oh, and we get a little cutscene.
They nearly got me.
Maybe the adjutant's gonna actually do something.
Something's off, right? They don't normally have this discipline.
You're not telling us anything we don't know. When you're quite finished, go kill them now.
Do you have any grenades?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, and this is probably the first time we actually get to see her Delos.
You're ready, Adjutant. When there's a need, you can give orders in my name. You have good judgment.
She's not wrong.
Voicing is just a little off, but I'm glad they at least have the voices in this.
What am I
For whatever
pushing
reason,
myself
I don't
like
know.
this for?
Calapian, do you know why they don't have the voice acting in the first chapter? Like the visual novel-esque storytelling? Did they just not have like the money for it? Or was there another reason? No, definitely. I can see like their differences right now are like very stark compared to the mission's code name was Londineras. Our objective was to recover the lost rockets in the containment zone. This is still going on? Are the coyotes stealing military weapons to sell them off? Where did all this gear come from? I do wish I actually could hear her voice. So, there's also a turret cobbled together from all sorts of stuff. Benny. What? Get down. Wow, she is very short. Sniper. Ow! Ouch! Owie. What? Those turrets were modified heavy machine guns, utilizing 12mm heavy machine gun ammo. Getting hit by powerful, terrifying weapons like that would only leave a scratch. Were manifestations even human? The Heimdall forces' prowess on the battlefield was entirely due to manifestations. I never could have imagined how it would turn everything I knew about combat on its head. Wednesday. Benny. Push forward. Got it. Keep your eyes on me. My performance is starting. Man, they're so different. Coyote Soldier. Oh. Cute girl. What the heck? Are there two people up there? Come on. Bring a few more turrets. Let's rip them to shreds. Violent? Excuse me. Huh? Where'd they go? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? As a result, the two combatants completely held off the enemy forces caught in their crossfire. How'd I do, Adjutant? Benny smiled, waiting to be complimented. I suddenly recalled that her nickname during the Valkyrie games was Lionheart of Olympus. I couldn't understand why her fans chose that nickname for her. She looked more like a cat begging for treats. Then, who do you think did better, me or Wednesday? Oh. Huh, I see. You're implying that we should keep working hard. Chapter 1, Part 14, Part 1. So wait, Chapter 1, so Chapter 14, Part 2 is the only one that has voice acting in the visual novel-esque areas. そうなんだ. And so I'm just gonna be reading all of this out loud. Hope you guys don't mind. I can't do hot girl voices very well. Are you afraid Wednesday will get jealous? I felt as if my brain was going to short out. Wednesday. The thunderbolt you used. Was that a manifestation power? Yes. Wednesday's Deus is Odin, who controls lightning and thunder. Why Odin and not Thor is my big question here. What about your Deus? Deus. It's Hera. Obviously. I have such an amazing Deus due to the noble air about me. Never mind. Adjutant, what about your Deus? I don't have one. You don't have a Deus? Are you saying you don't have manifestation powers? Can you still get flooded? Ah. Well, here's the hope, and they add them into the rest of the story. I think it would be nice if they had acting in the earlier chapters too. Hello? Hello? How's it going? Did you take care of that setback? I'll keep this brief. Adjutant, I need to emphasize this one last time. In addition to ammo and inhibitors, we have also distributed that. What is that? And why is it in parentheses? Is this the that you are talking about? What is this? I feel like I'm answering a riddle. It is the new injectable the logistics department issued. They say they're more effective than Balder inhibitors and can restore manifestations' sanity after flooding. Why did it take so long to develop something like this? Got it. Caroline, can you confirm the coordinates for me one last time? One sec. I just finished handling your last command. Wait a minute. What's going on? The source of the signal is moving away from you, and it's quick. Looks like someone else got there first. The communication signal suddenly began to cut out. The signal out. Be careful. I only could make out her warning. Be careful. Oh, interesting. That's the first time I've seen him actually bring up his arms. Adjutant, it's snowing. According to the mission brief, this wasn't real snow. Rather, it was crystallized titogen, a deadly type of pollution. This phenomenon often meant the Titans are coming. This is almost like the British are coming, but it's Titans instead. Titans are coming. The snow grew heavier and heavier. And there's Emir, if I'm not mistaken. Really? We didn't see it at all in Chapter 14, Part 2, so knowing we're gonna see it more is a little weird to me, but I'll adjust. Through me, enter the city of pain. Through me, enter the abyss of eternal suffering. Through me, enter those who are beyond redemption. It was both the entrance to hell and the beginning of everything. Its name, Emir. Buffer section's shelter. I brought Wednesday and Fenny into a nearby building. Even if we hid indoors, the snow could still pierce reinforced concrete and float in, leaving nowhere to hide. Through a gap in the wall, we finally laid eyes on the Titan's true face. Wednesday and I saw it at the same moment. Year. She initially murmured the Titan's name. Then, suddenly... I'm not yelling. Sorry, you guys. Just imagine me yelling Emir in your ear. Fuck. Drop frames detected over the last 25%. I'm getting a lot of dropped frames. Thing. Have you guys experienced any drop in the frame rate for this playthrough or this stream so far? Lightning burst from her left eye, the only one remaining. The concrete floor under our feet spun round and round, destroyed layer by layer. At that moment, I could sense that she was no longer the Wednesday I knew. Odin. She's flooded. She's going to head for Emir, so... okay. I'm honestly not surprised she's the first one to flow off the handle. Adjutant, stand back. We can't do anything to stop her. We'll have to try that new injection. Time was running out. She had already become Odin. She wouldn't wait around for me to load the injection, nor would she patiently stand still as I took aim. Don't get close to her. Hey! I'm assuming I just got right close to her. Yep, there we go. My body moved before I knew what I was doing. I hugged her. Adjutants as always. The flooding. So basically the flooding is when like the manifestation becomes the deity that their power is based on. Something like that. I reached out and shoved the injection directly into her body. The girl overtaken by Odin was like a monster in my arms. I felt the wrath of her elbows, teeth, knees, and her palms that spewed lightning. She struggled to break free and track down the enemy who took everything from her. I could hear the sound of my ribs breaking and the electricity running through my flesh. Finally, everything slowly grew calm. Oh no, she's crying. Wednesday? Yeah. I released the girl from my tight grip. Aren't my ribs now broken? You are hurt. I bandaged myself up quickly. Fortunately, only my ribs were broken. Fortunately, it was just, don't worry, it was just my ribs. And I was able to move. My resilience seems to have improved when compared to before. It's nothing serious. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I have a feeling we'll run into Emir again. You can't get revenge if you're dead. Something flashed through Wednesday's eyes. She opened her mouth, but hesitated to speak. She turned around and walked over to a distant corner, squatting down. She then wrapped her arms around her knees, curling up like a ball. I was unable to see her expression. I can probably imagine it, though. And there we go. So now we are on chapter... Oh, not... Nearby.
Let's ride the wind and carve a path.
Looks like the snow has stopped. Emir, it's never appeared before. Adjutant, do you fully understand how dangerous the containment zone is? Of course I do. Some enemies have destructible parts. Destroying the destructible parts can disable some of the enemy's abilities. Hey. Ooh. I'm on fire.
If the intelligence is right, the rocket should be somewhere around here.
These coyotes. They've tasted blood now. We need to be ready.
Alright, tip. Current operatives S energy. Off-field operatives S energy. So 1 current operative, off-field operative. Each operative has an independent count of S energy. Using standard skill or support skill will consume own S energy. S energy can only be restored naturally over time. Okay. I kind of knew that.
Your first pick?
Oh, of course you were. Wolf Howl's Diary 3. It looks like there's a Wolf Howl's Diary 2 that I potentially missed. Might have to go back and find them. It is a little interesting, but to be fair, we haven't actually done the tutorials. Let's make sure they're all in here so that I can just blow them the f*** away. There we go.
As if I need money. Exit stage right.
Boom.
The show must go on.
Technically, I don't think I actually need to bother like that, but...
Already reloading.
2, 3. There.
Nice. Shall we do an encore?
Before I do anything else, I'll just check just to make sure there's no other data disks or whatever.
He stoops to conquer.
Oh, and we can only go this way.
Found it.
So that's the
Penny?
rocket.
We're still going to have
Yes,
to
fucking
recover
rocket.
it.
How are we supposed to get that thing?
We have extras on set. Already reloading.
Damn, that is freezing on me pretty damn good.
Exit stage right. Think you can get me? Not a chance.
You know, this map is the containment zone, Aleph. The very title.
My
of
mood
it.
right
Yes.
now. Brighter than the sun.
You know, I've noticed Fenny's ability, it reminds me of, I don't know how many of you have ever played the first Descendant, but there's a character called Bunny. And when she unleashes her skill, it creates this ring that continuously pulses with electrical discharge of energy around her and does like massive AoE damage. Outer sweep complete. No hostiles in the vicinity of the perimeter. Wednesday had seemingly recovered from her emotional unrest. The area around the target is clear. I'm going to check it out. Adjutant, send me the list of goods that need to be recovered. Bang. Boom. As soon as I sent over the list, I heard a ruckus over the communicator. There was the final echo of a metallic snap, then silence. After a pause, Benny spoke again. Bad news. Looks like we're in real big trouble. Oh dear, that sounds bad. What kind of trouble are we in? The goods on board the rocket aren't so much goods as they are weapons. I checked the list again. Me-type mech, anti-armor rocket launcher. It was full of weapons. I already counted, and the number of weapons doesn't match up. I have flagged any that are missing. Benny had flagged the knee-type mech as a key lost item. Several other weapons were also marked lost. Ones marked as damaged are... just like it says, they've been damaged beyond use. I decided not to pursue it any further. Hey Caroline, you hear me? I once again tried calling Caroline, and this time, I finally received a response. Oh, it's finally working! Did you just run into a Titan? I explained the situation to Caroline. Was it really Ymir? Are you sure? It hasn't been spotted since the descent. We'll discuss Ymir after you get back. Let's talk about the task at hand for now. You've already located the rockets, correct? Yes. Why are there so many weapons on the rocket? Well, it was necessary. It was carrying another squad that was sent to recover Mistletoe Station. After being launched on February 15, 2058, the rocket lost control as it was approaching Mistletoe Station. It only recently crashed in the buffer sections. We didn't discover any signs of life or human remains inside the rocket. That's very strange. So the people who were on the rocket potentially survived. Did you analyze its freefall trajectory? Its trajectory was normal. and it was moving periodically in low orbit ever since it lost control. It didn't deviate from its orbit until it collided with another craft a while ago. And it happened to land in the containment zone. Check to see if there have been any similar incidents. Sure. I'll start with other criteria and search again. What are you guys going to do now? Let's reassess the current situation. The Coyotes found the rocket and removed some of the weapons on board, so they'll definitely be back to get the rest of the weapons. Our mission just got more difficult. We need to stop the Coyotes here. Transporting a mech and that many weapons isn't something a little ragtag group could handle. You might need to put in some overtime. Oh great, I love overtime. I'm like Nanami, I love overtime. Overtime is great. I better be paid. I'll buy you guys some Mimir soda when you get back. That doesn't sound very appealing. This Mimir soda better be fucking good. Adjutant, we have to call for backup. Even Wednesday wants backup. Well, I have to admit, guarding this place would be rather tough for the three of us. Couldn't we just destroy the rest of the weapons? Are you going to blow up the entire rocket? Actually, that's not a bad idea. We still have to investigate why the rocket fell in the first place. Oh, she does have a point. We don't know what. Don't worry. Your backup has already arrived. Good question. Who is my backup? As the adjutant requested, Fritia and Marianne are waiting at the designated location. Oh. Two faces I know well. Backup from the security department is on the way too. So you knew something would go wrong on this mission from the beginning? No one can predict the future. But we can always have a plan B. So the adjutant, I'm glad to see that even now the adjutant is pretty sharp. I was worried that because this is the beginning, he'd kind of be like a newbie and naive, but he's actually not. And this is Fritia. Man, she looks different. You know, they all look very different. One thing I've noticed is, good, you've reached the target. The rocket is your responsibility until the salvage team gets to you. I'm trusting you'll be able to keep it in one piece. Miss Fritia Ignis, here to help.
Great, let's pick up the pace. Is anybody hurt?
Wow, this is pausing on me a lot. There we go. But like, for real, she's very different and not nearly as fan-serviced in her original form as she normally is. Ooh.
You're the people specifically inevitable. That's the most.
Strong enemy. Unfavorable variables have increased. It's time to use that. What is that?
The gods of stone. Fire! This gun doesn't have an auto-load program?
Okay, so it's basically like a rocket.
No one tell you not to play with fire? That's the most. You're the people specifically inevitable.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad they changed their tune. Like, the change in path and aesthetic is
Knew I could do it.
way better. They made a good choice. I think if they had kept with this, the game probably would not be very successful. Was it you or Tin Can who told me that Katya was basically the character that saved this franchise? Now, Marianne. Who I've not actually played a whole lot of.
This could be dangerous. Excellent.
I feel like I recognize that voice. Tip. Enemy light bulb's backpack will explode after taking a certain amount of damage, causing large amounts of damage on near, so AoE damage. Yes. I remember one of you guys were saying that. I'm like, I just don't remember what. Man, what is going on
has enough
there?
on his plate, sorry. It really wouldn't be right for me to let you disturb him.
All done.
I'm sure you understand. If they're all... Your final liberation.
Boom. Oh. Yep, sniper tutorial stage. She's got some decent maneuvers. So this skill basically creates like
It's
a
yours.
distraction.
I've no need for such things.
1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. Take care of the little ones.
If they're all down,
Oh.
who's cleaning this up?
So what's her ultimate?
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
If they're all down, who's cleaning this up? It's yours.
And
I've no need for such things.
there. Queen of Pain gameplay. Create a decoy, move away, and then snipe. I figured as much. It's a very
Big smile. Pretend it doesn't hurt.
basic way of playing a sniper. You hold the Q and... Oh! So I'm not just supposed to press it, I hold it. And then aim. Got it. Who are these people? Aren't you going to check on them? Your guys look like they're in trouble. One thing at a time. Let's talk business first. I can give you this batch of weapons for the same price as last time. No Digicash. But the mech isn't for sale. What if we throw in 10 more inhibitors? Damn, who is this lady? What don't you understand about not for sale? Everyone knows these are necessary for surviving in the containment zone. If I wanted to buy your life, would you sell it? Seeing as we've done business so many times in the past, I'll ask one more time. Esther, don't push it. So, I don't think she joins us. So that means she gets killed? Yeah, there's no such thing as righteousness when it comes to business. I'll give you 2 more inhibitors. What do you want? Before you send that mech out to clean up that mess, could I sit in it and take a look? You have the activation key. It's not like I can just drive it away. Alright. You've got 5 minutes. 2 inhibitors for 5 minutes? Are you serious? Man, it's a deal. 5 minutes is enough. So who is this pretty boy? I'm assuming he is the current arc's enemy. What are you up to? You just threw away 2 inhibitors for nothing. After you get back, collect the goods on this list. What's all this stuff? What's a P-tot tube? P-tot tube. Really? Chinese players don't like her. I wonder why. I mean, I don't understand yet because we just met, but she's hot. It's all stuff we need. We're going to put them together to build a mech. You figured out the mech's internal structure that fast? And it only cost 2 inhibitors. Not a bad deal, right? I wonder what the CN players don't like about her. And there really is a lot of gameplay. Yeah, I'm noticing it. Like, there's way more actual gameplay.
Then it's just you,
here.
me, and the waves.
Where we going?
Took
Then
you
we're gonna
long
stick
enough.
with Fenny. Oop. Boom. Boom.
Already reloading. Nice. Shall we do an encore? The show must go on.
Move around.
Take a bow. Exit stage right.
There. Whoop. And
Take a bow. Exit stage right. Objective complete. Big
there's
surprise.
someone else around here. I thought I saw someone. Oh, there they are. Take a shotgun to your face.
Already reloading.
And shoosh.
Kneel before your queen. As if I need money.
Right? More. So this is a really unusual aesthetic for cutscenes.
What?
I feel like they were trying very hard to add like a more artistic aesthetic when it comes to their cutscenes initially.
We both know it shouldn't be this quiet.
Right, we're gonna get ourselves a boss battle soon.
Perfection, right?
It does look a bit like comic panels,
Let's
yeah.
ride the wind and carve a path. One mech.
Tip.
This is going to be quick
Destroying
and
the
not
leg
particularly
shield of
interesting
meat-type mech will explode its main leg joint.
then. Took you
Okay.
long enough.
Fenny, focus.
Always trying to knock the wind out of my sails. Never, ever managing it.